Fair question. Let's talk about it. Hey, Tappers. This video is going to be a little bit of a history lesson, but it's information that you deserve to know. So, where EFT came from, where it originated, was from a completely different modality. And that modality was quite complicated, has a whole lot of steps. And a student of that modality said, "Ooh, I like this. What if I could, reshape it, make it simpler?" And EFT was born. And it was more simple and incredibly effective. And it caught on very, very quickly. It attracted a lot of people who got very excited about it. All of these people started experimenting with it. And then all of these different versions of EFT were born, which are now the tool set of which we use and become certified on. The issue was it wasn't very well organized. There wasn't a standard anything. But luckily, it continued to be popular and drew the attention of more scientific, mathematically organized, linear minds who were able to offer that support and clarity and ultimately scientific backing. Because what happened was it drew the attention of people like Dawson Church, who created EFT Universe, who is the person who coined the phrase clinical EFT. Let's talk about what that means. In order for EFT to be clinically tested, first it had to be standardized. Standardization is creating a framework so that everyone has the same understanding of what the definition of the entity is and what it does. So the EFT manual was born, and there are 48 clinically tested tools of clinical EFT. So there are 48 aspects of EFT that have been put through clinical trial. Now, what this means is that there's some version of scientists getting together. They determine a hypothesis of what they think is going to happen. They set the parameters of the clinical trial. They do things like a double-blind study. Once there were enough studies done and published, peer-reviewed studies published on EFT, then it went into metadata analysis, and all of it passed with flying colors. It proved it set the scientific backing for what everyone involved in EFT already knew. It works really well. But not all EFT is equal. There are some techniques that are very creative and wonderful, and I'm absolutely certain supportive and work well for some, but only the ones that have been clinically tested and tried are the ones that you hear reported. When you hear the numbers of how someone can be alleviated of PTSD after 6 one-hour sessions of EFT, that's a clinical reporting that's been clinically tested and proven. Clinical EFT is the gathering of those 48 techniques that were clinically tested, reported, published in a peer-reviewed study, and that is what EFT Universe uses to train and create its practitioner base. So no, it is not just a marketing ploy, it's the truth. EFT Universe equals clinical EFT. And what that means is you know that it has clinical backing. It's been proven hundreds, maybe thousands of times over in a clinical, third-party, unbiased scenario that it works. I hope this clears it up, and I hope that makes you feel more confident in being able to trust clinical EFT. I'll see you soon.